Okay, welcome to CESD 2996 NE Finance and Accounting in First Nation Communities, which is being offered in the spring of 2018. My name is Tyler Pollard and I'm the e-learning specialist here at Algoma University. So your instructor, Rosa Sanchez, asked me to prepare a short demonstration video for how to navigate within the university LMS, which stands for Learning Management System. At Algoma University for LMS, we use Moodle. So often your instructor will refer to the LMS as the Moodle page. So basically the LMS or the Moodle page is a central repository for all the course resources and activities. So you are required to, after you successfully enroll to the course using your enrollment key, to keep visiting this page on a regular basis and to follow the course instructions. So you will see here the basic layout of the page. You will have a top module which has an introduction video that Rosa would like you to watch. Inside this link you will see her welcome video as well as her course evaluation or breakdown of grades. So make sure you watch that. To go back to the main page, the easiest way is just to hit your back button. Once you're back on this page, you'll see an announcements forum. So Rosa will use this to make different announcements throughout the term. So make sure you check this, not on a daily basis, but make sure you definitely open this up 2 or 3 times a week just to make sure that Rosa is not sending you a message. The questions and comments forum is set up for you to be able to post questions to Rosa or comments. So to do that, all you have to do is click on this add a new discussion topic. Make sure that you give it an appropriate subject title and perhaps you can include your name. Another way to go back to the main page of your Moodle LMS would be to, instead of hitting the back button, is just to use these top navigation tabs. If you see here, I want to go into the welcome section, I can click on that and it takes me back to that particular section. The question and comments forum, we covered student introductions, so please before the start of the class on Monday, if you have time, please go in here and just add a new discussion topic, which is your introduction. If you want to include a picture, there are instructions here on how you can do that. Going back to the page again, I'm going to use the top navigation bar. Okay, the last thing I'd like to explain in this short demonstration video is how the weeks are arranged. So you can see here in week 1 there are actually 2 classes. This is a quite an intensive course. Usually you would have 1 class per week, but because it's only offered during the first term of the spring semester, you are working with an abbreviated or very condensed schedule. So for lesson 1 and 2 in week 1, you are required to go through the contents starting at the top and then working your way through them sequentially. So on this page you'll see a short introduction as to what the lesson is. You'll see the assigned chapter. The first page here is the overview. When you go in there, you will see again a basic introduction to the lesson, followed by the assigned learning outcomes, any assigned readings for the week. This reading here, the financial accounting for scorekeeping, this is attached as a PDF for lesson 1, so you can access that, and so this will give you a chance to order the book this week, and then you can have the book for the second lesson. So make sure you order the book right away so that you have a copy of it. So yes, again in the overview page you'll see the weekly assigned readings. And then there's a link here to the question and answer forum, which you can access at any time if you have a question or a comment for Rosa. So heading back to the lesson, okay, I'll go back this time with the back arrow. So the next thing that you will do is if I go down to lesson 2, it's the same sheets. If you go into the agenda, this is where Rosa will be explaining the list of activities for each lesson. So if I go in here, you'll see that Rosa has a short video where she will cover what content she's going to introduce in the lesson. So going back to week 1, you'll see the lecture section here, followed by a practice activity. I'm not going to open each one of these, but you should, like I said, work from the top down. The lecture section of the lesson, to enter that you have to click on it, and then you'll be prompted to either preview it or use the normal view. My suggestion here is to use the normal view and then you enter. Now, depending on what device you're using to study this course, you might see a yellowish orange button here that says launch on it. If you do see that, click on that and then that will launch the lesson into the full size of your browser. You may see a prompt here that asks you if you want to resume where you left off. If it's your first time to the lecture, you won't see this, but if it's your second time or third time, you will see this. So I'm going to say no, and then I'll be directed to the start of the lesson. Okay, I'd like to go through the infrastructure of this page. On the left hand side, you'll see a navigation bar, which you can click on and go to that part of the lesson. So each one of these is basically a slide, and this would represent the title of the slide. You can also navigate using the previous and next buttons on the bottom of the page. At any time, you can stop the recording and you can then listen again if there's narration over the slides. Other things I'd like to point out is that in the notes section, they're not here at the moment, but you will see the transcripts for the lesson. So if you're not able to follow along, if you need some help understanding Rosa, then the notes will definitely be very helpful for you. So please make sure that you do read through the notes to make sure that you understand the content of each lesson. To go back to the left navigation of the slides, left column navigation of the slides, click on the menu. Other things that are of importance on this page would be your resources tab. So on here you will see a list of different resources or files that are used during the lesson. Now, sometimes there's a chart that you might not be able to read. If that is the case, please try to check the resources menu, and then you might see the chart here in Excel, which would be able to be opened into a bigger size, which would help you look through the content of the chart. The last thing here, once you're done with the lecture, you can then click on Exit. And that will take you back to your course page, which then again you can either go backwards using the back arrow or use the navigation tab at the top of your screen. So I'm going to use the navigation tab and go back to the lesson. So after the lecture, you're going to have some sort of activity or consolidation of the information that was just presented, and that's in the form of a practice activity page. So if you go into there, you can see that there is an activity already started on my Moodle page. To go back again, you can click the back arrow. The next one down is the assessment page. So in week 1, you do not have any graded assignments that are due. But in week 2, please take note that you do have 2 different things that are graded. The first one is an exam preparation assignment that is due on Sunday, May 6th, shortly before midnight. You will also have a quiz that's in lesson 2. Now the deadline to submit this quiz is not until June 10th, but my recommendation is that you do the quizzes as you work through the content of each lesson, because that way the content will be more familiar to you, which would then increase your chances to do well on the quiz. For quiz number 1, I would wait until the start of week 2 or perhaps halfway through week 2. Once you get the results of your exam preparation assignment number 1. Rosa will get that back to you quite quickly, so that would definitely give you a chance to correct any mistakes that you have, and then you'd be able to go into the quiz and complete that. Okay, going back to the main page, I'm going to use the back arrow. Jumping into lesson 2 here. Okay, so now I'm going to explain how to submit an assignment. So near the end of week 1, you'll probably get to the stage where you're going to be working on assignment number 1. So to do so, you click on the assignment, which will then open this screen, and then you click on the exam preparation assignment, which is a Word document here, which would then open the assignment. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so then you can read through the exam preparation assignment number 1. Rosa has some instructions here for you that you can read through. Basically, you can answer on the Word document, but before you submit it to Rosa, she would like you to convert it to a PDF. So basically, when you go save this document, just save it as a PDF. And then you can go back to you can save it to your hard drive, and then you can then go to your Moodle page, and then you can submit this assignment. And this page will have a submit button for you. So going back to the page here, again, the quiz, to complete this, you just click on the link, but don't do so until you're prepared to actually take the quiz, because once you open the quiz, you're not able to close it down and then reopen it. So that is a short demonstration video for how to use Moodle. I hope that you found it informative and that you are able to easily navigate through the content of this course.